Now let us learn about the important terminologies related with a hyperbola, right? And here, we'll be considering the standard hyperbola, that is in the horizontal position, right? Okay. Now the center of the hyperbola, that is the point which is at the center. So suppose we consider a figure of hyperbola like this. This yellow colored curve are the two branches of hyperbola. Right. Now the center is nothing but origin. So therefore for the standard hyperbola, the center is origin 0, 0. Then the foci, right? The foci are clearly these 2 points which we have seen in the derivation. So they are S and S dash. If you remember, it is given as AE and minus AE, 0, because we had assumed that as H and H turns out to be AE. So here we'll write the coordinates of the two foci are plus or minus AE, 0. Alright, then the vertices. Vertices are the points where the transferbola cuts the x-axis. So we denote them as A and A dash. The point A had coordinates A, 0, and hence A dash is nothing but minus A, 0. So we can write the vertices as plus or minus A, 0. Alright, then the directrices. Okay. In the derivation we had seen that the directrices are located somewhere like this. You see each point on the hyperbola is closer to directrix as compared to the focus. Right? So the directrices are x equal to A by E or x equal to minus A by E, since they are symmetrically on opposite side of y-axis. So the equations of directrices are x is equal to plus or minus A by E. Alright, let's move on with the further parameters. Okay, now here in case of hyperbola we have transverse and conjugate axis. Like if you remember, in case of ellipse we call major and minor axis, but here we have the terminology of transverse and conjugate. So let's see what are these. So once again I draw quickly a hyperbola. The two foci, then the vertices and the center. Okay, now if you remember the points A and A dash, okay, these are the two vertices. The distance between A and A dash, okay, that is called as the transverse axis, right? So therefore clearly the transverse axis will have the length as 2a, okay, because the point A is A, 0 and point A dash is minus A, 0. Now conjugate axis is not seen anywhere as a specific segment or the distance between two specific points. It is simply taken as 2b. Okay, like we can't locate that where it is, but we have to simply take it as a special definition. Okay, so the length of transverse axis of the horizontal hyperbola, if we may call it, is 2a, and the length of conjugate axis is 2b. Right. Now then we have latus rectum. This is very much similar to what we have done earlier. Latus rectum is nothing but a segment that is passing through the focus and perpendicular to the transverse axis of the hyperbola. Okay, so let us denote it as L dash. Now similar to ellipse, the formula for length of the latus rectum of the hyperbola, it is 2b square upon a. Okay, so that's the length of latus rectum, and the coordinates will be AE, b square upon a, and we have AE, minus b square upon a, and on the other side we have minus AE, b square upon a, and minus AE, minus b square upon a. So you see, interestingly, the endpoints of the latus rectum are exactly same as we have in ellipse. So that is plus or minus AE, plus or minus b square upon a. Right. Alright, then eccentricity, that is E. Now for this, if you remember, during the derivation we had replaced a square into e square minus 1 as b square, correct? So therefore, if we simplify this, we'll get b square upon a square is equal to e square minus 1. So therefore, that gives us e square is equal to 1 plus b square upon a square, that is nothing but a square plus b square upon a square, and hence finally taking the square roots on both sides, we will get the eccentricity to be equal to root of a square plus b square upon a. Now here there is definitely the difference in the expression, because in case of ellipse it was having minus sign inside the square root. Right? In case of focal distances, here it is ex1 plus or minus a. This is also very much similar to the ellipse. The plus or minus indicates that there are two possible distances, because if you consider any point on the hyperbola, since there are two foci, we have to consider two focal distances, right? And here if you see the two distances, which are ex1 plus or minus a, alright, so one distance is ex1 plus a and another distance is ex1 minus a. So if you do the subtraction of these two, you will get 2a, and that perfectly matches with the definition of hyperbola, where the difference of the focal distances of any point on the hyperbola is always constant, and that difference is nothing but 2a, okay, which is nothing but the length of transverse axis. Okay, so that way we can remember the focal distances.